Hello and welcome to another game of Dota 2. We are here with a match that is a winners bracket finals match. We are in a best of 3. This is game number 2. KP and Fnatic are fighting for a place in the playoffs for the Corsair Gaming Summer Tournament. As I said, it is Group B. Loser will move on to the loser bracket finals, which will happen straight after this best of 3. The loser bracket finals will see TCM and the loser of this match. Fnatic is one game ahead right now, so they will be looking to end it in a 2-0 sweep. And KP, of course, want to try and force out that game number 3. We'll see if they can do it. Of course, I am not by myself. I am joined by 2 people here today. Musik will be providing stats for you inside the game client, and of course, the person that you will constantly hear talking. If I am not talking, it is Kanaz, my co-caster. Welcome back.
Good to be back.
I can't find new intros. I'm it's still a bit of the same. Can you give me a suggestion how to do better introductions to introduce you?
I'll think about it.
Okay.
We'll come up with something.
Yeah. It has to be something really great that I can say every single time and it still keeps sounding really great.
Well, the problem is if it's something great that you say every single time, it'll have the exact same problem as what you have now, where you're saying it every single time.
Yeah, but it wasn't if it was super great, then I wouldn't be okay. It would be okay to say it every single time. Wow. I mean, it's just meh. Look, Envy's anti-mage. He tries to change the pace. We've got a Wisp and a Treant banned out with a Bat Rider as well as a Visage getting banned out by Fnatic. They pick up a Darkseer that, of course, made it through. Keeper of Light there as well, so very safe and defensive so far. And Nature's Prophet and anti-mage. So they had the Nature's Prophet in the previous game as well. He did do quite a bit of work though, I have to give him that. I mean, Come With Me on that Nature's Prophet was able to provide some split push. He did die often as well though. We got picked up quite a bit, but he was at some point the highest farm hero on the map. Before things started to go really bad, of course. And yeah, Envy anti-mage. At least it's something we're more familiar with than an Envy puck.
Yeah, Nature's Prophet bought a lot of time for them last game. I think if they hadn't had a hero like Nature's Prophet that was constantly putting that split pushing pressure on, and I guess to some extent also turning behind the puck with his split pushing, Fnatic would have been able to close that game a lot sooner, would have been able to sort of force team fights earlier on in the game. Maybe that's even riskier for Fnatic. Maybe they wouldn't have done it anyways. They just want to make sure they got those big items up first, but it would have been a lot easier for them to just group up and force fights if they didn't have to constantly teleport back or risk losing tier 3s.
Yeah, we've got Naga 7 and OD getting banned out, so 2 heroes that were on the side of Fnatic in the previous game. KP clearly showing that they do not want to see that again. Still, I'm quite surprised maybe that there's still going to be a puck ban out, but then again, our TZ is a very strong puck, so they don't want to deal with that. Let's see what their last ban is. I mean, we still have no mid heroes picked up for either team. I mean, in theory, of course, anybody could be mid, but or at least Darkseer and Nature's Prophet could be. But yeah, Fnatic actually ban out the last of the 3 core strong mid heroes. That okay, there's going to be more, of course, but I think Puck, Queen of Pain, OD are the 3 core strong ones. As KP is actually gonna pick up the Bane before anything else. We still have the Shadow Demon in the pool. Shadow Demon has been a bit out of favor, I think. It feels that way.
Yeah, I think I commented on that a week ago when it felt like we're seeing them less and less. I don't know if teams just don't really want him anymore. It's because the game is being played so much differently.
Yeah.
I don't know. He definitely isn't getting picked up the way he once was though. Bane though, getting picked up here by KP.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, he has a disable at some point, of course, his Phoenix script where you can attack through, while Disruption doesn't really offer you that. But yeah, surprisingly, regardless, we have got a Lifestealer pickup on the side of Fnatic, and I mean, he needs a bit of a setup disable. So far, there's no really any disable coming off from Fnatic, so either this Lifestealer is going to be prioritizing his open wounds very early on, or a Shadow Demon still, or a Rubik is going to get picked up by Fnatic. I'm actually expecting a Rubik rather than a Shadow Demon, but both would be okay.
How weird is it that we saw Lifestealer just picked up after Bane?
After Bane, yes.
Bane, and then Fnatic picked Lifestealer. That feels really weird. I don't know how about this draft anymore. Usually we're seeing Bane picked up as sort of counter to the Lifestealer.
Yeah, that Phoenix grip.
Fnatic are whatever. We don't even care about Bane. We'll just pick up Lifestealer anyways.
Yeah. Well, Nyx Assassin is a secondary support for KP. I kind of like him because you can be very aggressive with him and he normally creates some movement on the map early on. I'm still expecting a Rubik, purely also to steal that Phoenix Grip, of course, because that's amazing to have against the anti-mage. But they really need some lockdown because there is an anti-mage on the other team, so you do need a way to hold him in place, and Shadow Demon doesn't work that way. Like, he is great for on the lane, don't get me wrong, you've got yourself a setup. I mean, I just praised him a little bit and now I'm gonna be shooting him down, but I mean, you're setting him up for an open wound and an illuminate with a soul catcher on there, bends like tons of damage, like yay. But you can't attack through the disruption, and anti-mage afterwards will be able to blink away unless of course he has no mana, which could be something because you can of course burn his own mana away, but still it is surprising for me to see that. I would like to see a Rubik. Would have liked to see a Rubik.
Yeah, telekinesis doesn't last that long though. I don't know if it's enough.
But you can steal the Phoenix Grip and the Impale.
Yeah, I guess you could, if once you're hitting level 6, like you could steal other abilities. If Bane, obviously it's very easy to steal Phoenix Grip from him. Maybe they're just going with Shadow Demon. It's pretty good against Anti-Mage in a since as the game goes on, and you can start making those illusions of Anti-Mage to fight other heroes on your team. Imagine trying to be Bane, running around, and suddenly you have Anti-Mages attacking you. And it sucks. It's definitely not what you want to have going on for you. I don't know what we're going to see, though, from Fnatic for the last pick. If Storm Spirit just getting banned out, I was going to say maybe it's a Storm Spirit from Honey. It's also possible they could send that Lifestealer mid, depending on what KP pick up, as their mid hero here. We've seen Honey on the Lifestealer many times, if they want to try and give Era something else. Or they could even... yeah, it could be something like Dragon Knight, definitely, as well. I think it's going to come a lot down to what KP decide to show for RTZ, and Weaver...
Is this a Nyx Assassin solo mid?
It looks like it might be Nyx mid, Weaver offlane, Nature's Prophet jungle, defensive dual lane, Bane Anti-Mage.
I really like Nyx Assassin mid for the same reason that I liked him as a support though, but... yeah. There comes the Kunkka, so that's going to be a mid for Fnatic. Disruption is going to set up also for the Torrent, and X mark the spot is quite nice up against an anti-mage as well. I mean, I gotta give him that. Still disappointed for the lack of solid disable to actually hit stuff through for Fnatic. I mean, Disruption is their only real disable together with the Torrent. And on the other side you've got a Nightmare and the Phoenix Grip and an Impale that can hit multiple people. And a Sprout to lock in the Lifestealer, like whether he has Rage on or not, you can still put him in trees. Of course, there's a vacuum.
Fnatic have a lot of AoE. Yeah, Fnatic have a lot of AoE. With the vacuum into Torrent, Boat, Keeper Light, Illuminate, that's gonna be a lot of damage very, very quickly if they ever get caught by a big vacuum.
Yeah, I'm like, we've seen it before, and I'm hoping that it's gonna work out for them because it's so pretty if it's actually like if it's all on par at the same time. Vacuum into Torrent, into Illuminate, into Boat, into Darkseer Wall. That's gonna be KP gone. Spike Carapace will come in handy though. Like, very much so. And we have a smoke up very early on from Fnatic. They are looking for a pickup, looking for a level 1 gank. Maybe they can find Pieliedie. They are gonna walk up the high ground without having their smoke revealed, so they don't know yet that Pieliedie is around there. There comes one, but it is the one that has an escape, so that is gonna be everybody there. No2 might be able to find someone still, but I don't think he's gonna be in time to find someone before they have reached the safety of their tier 2 tower.
Yep, unfortunately they ran directly into RTZ, who's actually on the Weaver at the moment. It looks like he's down near that bottom lane.
Ooh, it's gonna be middle. Bone 7 has picked up a no talisman. He might be going towards the middle lane. But
it's certainly possible.
But yeah, let's see who's playing what then, because Bone 7 is indeed on the Nature's Prophet. I'm gonna just introduce the tri lane first because it looks like people are very close to each other, and that might be cause for some action. But no, Pieliedie playing the Bane, Eternal Envy on the anti-mage. No surprise there, one of his signature heroes. We have got Come With Me playing the Nyx Assassin this game, and as already mentioned, RTZ on the Weaver on the off lane. So it's a different lane than we are used to seeing from him, because the Nature's Prophet will go to that middle lane. Is actually blocking with his treants. Pretty nicely done.
Yep, and for Fnatic on the right side in their off lane, they're going to run the aggressive tri lane. Trixie going to be on the Kunkka. Keeper Light being handled by Fly and No Tail on the Shadow Demon.
Yeah, nice disruption.
Um,
Here comes the Torrent as well, come with me. Or sorry, Envy has to be careful. Illuminate will fly through as well. Look at that harassment. I mean, of course he didn't pick up the mana break because he knew he was going to be up against the Shadow Demon. But still, quite a lot of harassment coming through from Fnatic in return for that aggression blink from Envy. Sorry, I interrupted you.
no, yeah, no, that was crazy. He blinked forward to get one attack on a Keeper of the Light and lost like half of his health. That's a pretty surprising play. Regardless, mid lane, it's going to be Hani on the Darkseer. And then finally, their bottom lane will be Era on the Lifestealer.
Yep, by himself. He already gets harassed quite a bit. Interesting matchup, Era versus Arteezy. I don't think I've ever seen that before, so we'll be interested to see how that goes. Arteezy looking pretty solid here with the harassment, and I mean, look at Era. He still he has a rage, but that harassment might actually cost him his life if he's not careful. He pops himself, so we'll be okay again. But I mean, he's almost through his reach, and he only has a 1 tango left after this. He can eat his way through, obviously, but this is not an easy lineup for him. Matchup.
Yeah, it's somewhat awkward for Lifestealer. Like, Arteezy is able to do quite a bit of damage to him. And they're kind of trading blows at the moment, but Arteezy is far ahead in terms of regen at the moment and also has a sort of nuke in the form of Shikuchi, so they're able to work on it that way, and Era keeps getting pushed back.
Yeah, in the meantime, there was a disruption up on Come With Me, who's now decided to chase down on No Tail, but it's just a bit of a back and forth. Going in favor of KP, I guess, but does give some extra space to Fnatic on the top lane since they know they don't have to deal with that Impale, which is probably one of the more annoying spells to deal with. AoE stuns. Trixie in the meantime, 8 for 2. Envy sitting on 6 for 3, so it's still fairly even. I'm expecting it to go more in favor of Fnatic. Better yet, it should go in favor of Fnatic since they have an aggressive tri lane, and if it's not, then they should probably try to rotate something. Although they are already trying to rotate something. Lifestealer rotating towards the fountain because he just got very low. Can't do anything, no more regen. And Shadow Demon rotating towards the mid lane, I was gonna say, because Hani rotated into the jungle. But Shadow Demon went to the base. Nobody's in the mid lane anymore. Let's leave mid lane alone. How about that?
Yeah, maybe they're gonna send Era there in a minute. And maybe he's gonna just TP in. I think that's what they were expecting to begin with. That they were gonna have this matchup is gonna be Weaver in the mid lane, so they were sending Darkseer there and Nature's Prophet off lane, and that's probably why KP ended up changing exactly what they were going to lane Arteezy into the off lane just to get that matchup. And they know they have the advantage this game if they switch their lanes around, and maybe they're upset about what happened last game.
Yeah. I think it's very smart. Disruption is gonna be there. Let's see if they can do something. Torrent comes in as well as the Illuminate. It is still an anti-mage though, so the blink will still be there. And the poll results are in, and Fnatic is a favorite. Not by that much though, 60 to 40. I'm secretly hoping, like, this is probably one of the better matchups of tonight. Like, we saw yesterday 2 clean 2-0 sweeps from both of these teams against their opponents.
Yeah,
and I'm kind of hoping that this matchup is like, it's the most interesting one. So I'm kind of hoping for a third game because it's despite Fnatic, of course, winning game number 1 in the end pretty convincingly, and KP's lineup just not really working out. I know that they can do better, and I would really like to see it.
Yeah, definitely they could. I think this kind of lineup is more to their style as well. They have a lot of far-intensive heroes, but they also have Eternal Envy on a real carry, not something like a Puck like they were on he had last game. So maybe it ends up working more to their strengths, and they're able to work from there. But lanes not as great as they were previously. Not Era and Hani have, or Aaron Trick. No, it's Hani. Aaron and Hani have switched.
Yeah, we've got a haste rune up on the next assassin. He decided not to go mid with it though. Mid who, well, has been a bit nicer to Era than the bottom lane was. I mean, he's now 14 last hits. Bone 7 still sitting on 23. Of course, he's getting ahead there, but at least Era is getting levels and experience a lot more than he would have gotten on the bottom lane. While Hani is having some troubles here, because Weaver already picked himself up a Medallion of Courage, so the harassment that Arteezy can do is going to be even more than it was before. In the meantime, on the top lane, there was an Impale upon one up. That's going to be No Tail going down, first blood. Going the way of Bone 7, who TP'd in for this Sprout. Fly goes down, that's another kill on the board for KP, and this aggressive trial for Fnatic not really working out. The aggression came from Fnatic. They went in with a disruption, with a torrent, with the same way they went in on Envy the previous times. This time, however, there was an impale, and KP had, of course, Nature's Prophet TPing in. Never mind, Nature's Prophet cannot TP anymore. 25 seconds on the cooldown. That's actually very nice to do.
Yeah, that's a good play from Trixie to slow down the Nature's Prophet. Now he's stuck kind of wandering around. Maybe he'll head into the jungle and summon some treants that way. But he also might just walk all the way mid. Regardless, it's a lot of time wasted for Bone 7, punishing him a little bit for trying to come up to this top lane and port around. The Andrew mid is going to get picked up by Era. Bane might be in some trouble.
Yeah, and disruption was there. Is there going to be an open wounds? No, there's not. Not even needed. Never mind that. And Feeble
he
or
was
not.
completely blocked.
Yeah, and the double damage rune, even though you're on Feeble, it still hurts. It still hurts quite a bit. So first kill going the way of Fnatic. In the meantime, Envy has been left alone, by the way. Of course, Bane went there to check on the rune, but we have another support on the bottom lane, Nyx Assassin, still level 3, but went the way of Hani at least. And he should be there on the bottom lane soon again. But yeah, maybe that's gonna be some more problems for Envy. I mean, he did pick up a kill there, but his last hits are still not really something to write home about. It's still below Trixie, and below are the other cores of his own team and also of the team of Fnatic. Like the lowest of the cores, let's put it that way.
Yeah, at the moment. They're Eternal is doing okay. He's not really doing well in last hits, but he's doing about the same as Kunkka, and Kunkka hasn't gotten a kill or the assist goal from that other kill. So Eternal Envy's alright at the moment. They're not really
Hani is not alright. Hani is dead.
Hani is dead.
Yep. And that's Medallion of Courage working for him, and Impale of course as well. Yeah. Extra levels going the way of Come With Me as well. I mean, he's gonna be important. The moment he hits level 6, that's gonna be an important moment for KP, because they can be extra aggressive with that. And of course you can have the Nyx Assassin going somewhere with this Vendetta TP in from Bone 7. Can be good.
Yeah, if they can continue trying to set up these kills, it can be pretty good for them. Bone's doing okay in the mid lane. He's got quite a bit of farm. Only picked up phase boots to start, which is pretty unusual. I guess he just wanted the damage, just to make sure he can try and get last hits in this mid lane. Era is starting to get bigger and bigger though, and he can't really afford to get close.
Yeah.
Because if he gets caught up by Era, he's going to die very, very quickly here. They're going to have to start rotating pretty soon from KP if they want to continue in their bottom lane again. They're going on Hani.
Yeah, there they go. Hani trying to search himself out. Bone TPing in. He has got that Sprout. Can get it off as well. The Armlet is already there. That's going to be the end of Hani. Puts a Darcy wall down. Quite aggressive, not sure why, but hey, he gets a couple of copies, which is nice. But I don't think it's going to be enough to save his tower. In the meantime, aggression on the top lane. They of course want to try to counter aggress there. Illuminate will fly through as well, and that's going to be Parlay dying in a lot of trouble actually. Rotates behind his tower. This could be a tower going down. I'm actually thinking that Fnatic, I mean, they're going to lose their tier 1 tower bottom. What are they going to get in return for it is the question. Can they get a tower of their own? It looks like they might be able to.
Yeah, top tower's in trouble, and if ports, yeah, they're going about the same speed, so it looks like they'll probably be able to get top tower down. Next creep wave, pretty much for sure. And Eternal will be still hanging around. He's about half HP, but if he gets caught out again, he might just die.
Let's see, TPs come into the top lane though, and they are not able to get the tower in the end. Arteezy, he picked up the gold for the tower, and he rotates. He's already 2-0. And he is gonna look for some more kills. They now know that he is there. Disruption is gonna be there, but no tail. Look at his health. He just melts. Illuminate. Envy is able to blink himself away. That is gonna be a horse dead as well as a Kunkka. And that is, even though the tower went down, still a fight going the way of KP. Era trying to save some honor, some grace as he takes down Bone 7. Getting chased down though. Should be able to stay alive this time, but the entire aggressive trial line from Fnatic just died. Envy wasn't really there. Was he actually in range of the experience, was the question I would ask? Because he blinked away after almost dying from that combination.
I don't think he was. It's possible he was. I didn't notice his level before and after. I don't think he was, though. He's pretty far back. He ended up coming back in to try and go on Era after the fight sort of was ending. But he's still about half HP. If they get another disruption on him, he's definitely in a lot of trouble here.
Yeah, we are seeing if Shadow Demon can do that. The disruption will be there. Soul Catcher as well. Is there enough damage? Torrent comes in again. They've been on par, by the way, with the Torrents and the disruptions. But they can't kill him again, still. I mean, How many times have they tried, and how many times has Envy been able to get out? I mean, they harass him, I get it, and they make sure that he doesn't really get in range of last hits and such, but they aren't able to get any kills.
Yeah, and a lot of that is because Eternal Envy still has not picked up any points in mana break.
Yeah.
Because he knows he's just going to be sitting up here constantly against these two, and if he comes out of Disruption, he gets hit by that mana burn, he takes a lot more damage from those illusions. That's probably enough to get the kills on him. Instead, he's choosing to level up Blink very early, as well as grab some points and stats. It's been working out well for him. He hasn't died, right? Yeah, he hasn't died yet, so doing okay. Even if he's not getting the best farm.
He's getting levels, and that's, I guess, okay for him. At the same time, though, I mean, even though Fnatic is not really winning their top lane all too much. Wait a second, Vendetta, come with me. Might be looking for Fly, but Fly, is he safe? No, he's not. That's one dead hero. Nature's Prophet Ultimate helping out a little bit, but I don't even think he got an assist. They go for him, though. Open wounds are there, and that's gonna be one dead. Come with me. There goes No Chill. He's gonna be going down as well. If Arteezy has his way, and he has his way, he gets the kill, runs away. There is a Sentry Ward already down. He has to be careful. Time-lapse himself towards the tower again and is able to run in the end. Nobody else needed to come there from KP to help him out. It's a 1-for-1 trade, support for support. Actually, it's a 2-for-1 trade, of course, because Keeper of Light is already back alive. He was only level 4. I mean, this is going to be a Keeper of Light that can't really leave the comfort of towers, and even then, he's not entirely safe.
Yeah, and this Weaver is just running around through their team, doing so much damage. He's picked up a Mithril Hammer now. I'm kind of expecting to see Desolator. Yeah,
more
I think
minus
it's going to
armor.
be a Desolator.
Would be nice.
Yeah, and these supports, very, very squishy, like the Keeper of Light, and here's Trixie's getting caught by a Phoenix Grip.
And in comes Arteezy as well, and just gonna run on in, like, very calm. He knows he doesn't need a Shikushi to get the kill. In the meantime, there almost was a kill upon Nyx Assassin, but he's able to Vendetta himself away. Era not able to get the kill in the end, so nice kill going the way of KP. Again, Kunkka, who already had a pretty tough time on the top lane, now died twice. And I was talking about last hits on all the cores earlier, where how Envy was lowest. If we look at net worth now, in terms of cores, it is the Kunkka that is lowest there, and he's actually like almost like he's only a K away from being on the same level of Nyx Assassin, who is gonna get ahead real fast if he continues getting pickups on the Keeper of the Light.
Yeah, if they keep getting these kills on the supports, it's just helping them get more and more experience. Even if the supports aren't really worth that much gold or experience because they're low level, they're still getting these kills, and it's something for them to be doing. It's also shutting Fnatic down, obviously. Things are looking pretty good for KP in this game. 10-3 that kill score, they're ahead in both gold and experience, and they do have an anti-mage that's going to be coming out eventually.
Yeah, in terms of who has to do something in the game, I think it's Fnatic that should be probably trying to do something soon. Trying to get at least sort of ahead. Trying to get a bit more map control to make sure that they can maybe... Like, you can't stop the anti-mage from farming, but you can make it more difficult for him. And map control is one of the ways to do that. And then trying to start creating an advantage that way, because in terms of carry potential, I mean, Lifestealer and Kunkka is definitely nice, decent carries, but once that anti-mage is big, he's not gonna go die so fast. So it's not gonna be easy for Fnatic whatsoever. I'm still hoping for a team fight where Fnatic is gonna be with 5 and do the whole combo one more thing, because I'm still thinking that's gonna be pretty good for them. Disruption, Soul Catcher, they go on mid. Pyrelight Die is able to get himself away though, no open wounds coming out from Era, and they don't really want to dive past the tower at this point. Not when they don't know where the rest of KP is, and oh my god, there's a double damage Arteezy. And he goes towards the Roche Pit. And of course, with the Medallion of Courage, they can definitely take him down, especially with the help of the Treants right there.
Yeah, they're going to be able to take this down pretty quickly. Arteezy just does so much damage right now, especially with the double damage rune. And having that medallion is lowering the Roshan armor. They'll be able to take it down quickly, and Fnatic have no idea. They don't have a ward that can see this anywhere near it. So yeah, free Roshan, man. It's a pretty early one as well, under 15 minutes.
Yep.
And now they're running straight bottom for a gank on Honey, it looks like.
Well, Honey is already trying to get himself out. It's going to be too late though. Phoenix Grip comes in from Pyrelight Die, and that should be a kill going the way of KP, and it's actually Bone 7 that picks it up. Still takes a bit of harassment from that Iron Shell, but overall he's going to be okay with that. And even though he doesn't have any mana, they're still going to go for a push. No Treants though. Not even close, but well, let's see how far they can get. Nix Assassin coming in. There was a sentry ward there though.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But they didn't see that Vendetta. And there's
And
a ward
Eternal
already there.
Eternal Envy has finally picked up a point in mana burn, and here comes No-Tail trying to get the gank on him. It's smoked up, and Eternal already blinking away.
By Keeper of the Light.
Dire's structures are fortified.
I bet he wishes he had some sentry wards to place behind the tower.
Yeah, he just keeps getting picked off this game, not having a lot of luck. Even just trying to sit way far back, channeling that Illuminate through, isn't working in RTZ now with the Desolator already laying into a tier 3 bottom. And Fnatic aren't in really a position to do anything. And the worst part is, if they group up just to try and defend these pushes, it's just going to take everyone away from Eternal Envy up in the top lane. So their lineup working a lot better, the 4 protect 1 sort of strategy, but they also have like a pseudo carry effectively for their 4 in the form of Arteezy on this Weaver.
Yeah, and he is definitely a carry at this moment. He is highest on net worth. He has got his Desolator, and I mean, Anti-Mage is far from being the carry right now, but 4 on 5, apparently KP is doing okay, and I'm actually a bit surprised that Fnatic doesn't try to get more. I mean, maybe what could they be waiting for? Armlet is almost done up on Era. That's gonna be something that they might have been waiting for. But we have got the Kunkka, not really having anything either, I guess. No mech. Well, there is a mechanism actually up on Honey, so that will be good. But other than that, they only have spells to try and get things to happen. And that power of the spells is gonna get weaker and weaker as a lot of the spells, of course, don't really scale.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, that's the problem they're going to really end up coming to. So, Fnatic now grouped up in this mid lane, doing some damage to this tier 1 tower.
Getting ganked as well. Here comes the swarm. Minus armor for everybody. They jump. Oh, that impale up on 3. Fiends grip up on Hani. 1 down, 2 down. Keeper of Light down as well. As we are gonna see Arteezy trying to go for Trixie. Era trying to run as well. Get slowed a little bit. Oh, really want to run right now. You're the only one left alive for your team. Kunkka got picked up by Arteezy as well. And that, I mean, that was a brilliant impale that made that happen.
Yeah, I think that was a 4-man impale.
Yeah, I mean, we saw 3 on that line, but there was also the person that was standing there. The GG's got called. KP, they are too powerful right now. They are gonna be able to force out a game number 3. Brilliant fight from them. A bit sad that it wasn't a brilliant fight from KP ever in this game.
Yeah, KP just took pretty much everything. Their laning worked out very well this game as opposed to the last game where it kind of felt really weak. And they were able to take that advantage, and Arteezy and the Weaver in particular. He just got so much farm early, was able to chase Lifestealer completely out of his lane. And once it's like that, and you have a Weaver that's out-leveling everyone in the game, that has more farm than everyone in the game, it's hard to do anything. So, KP gonna take it to game 3 now.
Yeah, let's see who will take that winners bracket finals home and will secure themselves a place in the playoffs for, of course, the Corsair Gaming Summer Tournament, because that is what you're watching right now. Winners bracket finals, loser will move on to face TCM in the loser bracket finals after this best of 3, but of course you want to make sure that you get it like straight away, get it properly done. Winners bracket finals is where you want to be, is where you want to move through, and let's see who's gonna take it, KP or Fnatic. Stick around, we are gonna be back in just a moment with game number 3.